Hello and welcome back in episode number 16 of making a boring engine into a tuner dream engine. I've been a little bit busy, but I am ready to make episode number 16 and 17 today and upload them. Right now it will be uploaded like number 16, and at the end of the night, like in at 11 p.m, 12 a.m, it will be uploaded the number 17. Right, so let's start with this one. I received a cool actually engine by Mr. Lorenzo, and he sent me like a Wikipedia link actually to an amazing collection of cars. So he told me to make this one, the S-TEC 2 Daewoo engine. As we all know, Daewoo engines are not really popular. Not many people actually buy them because I don't know. I mean, back in Damascus in Syria, when we were living there, yes, Daewoo was very popular over there. But when we moved here to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, no, it's not popular at all here. There is no Daewoo dealer here. No one actually has any kind of Daewoo car here in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. No one buys it. I don't know why. I mean, we used to have one back there, but it was nice. It wasn't really sporty, but it was really nice. It was nice to drive. It's a little bit torquey. It's good. I never actually drove this engine, the S-TEC 2. This one, it says here, and I'm reading right now. It's a 1.2 liter version, doubled S-TEC 2, introduced in the new Chevrolet Aveo hatchback. It has the dual overhead camshaft, variable intake geometry. There was a 1 liter engine which we are making right now. It says here, introduced in 2010 by on the Chevrolet Spark, and let's see, gasoline engine used, whatever. Alright, everything is cool so far, and it's still in production to this day, which is good. So I'm gonna make the 1 liter version, which is 990, as you can see, 995 cc engine. Alright, so let's start with the spec. This is a pretty much tiny and cool and compact engine. So as you can see, it looks very cool and very elegant, and of course not really elegant, looks very how can I say, like mass produced. These are like mass produced engine. It's an inline 4 engine, aluminium block material. We have 68.5mm on the bore, 67.5mm on the stroke, which equals 995 cc engine. It says here actually it should be 996 cc engine, and actually I used the official bore and stroke 68.5, 67.5, as they told me on Wikipedia, because there is like a chart and they will tell you the bore and stroke of each engine and everything, the compression ratio, the power, the torque, and everything. So it says here it uses dual overhead camshaft with 4 valves per cylinder, aluminium head material, no variable valve lift, normal cast internals, cast iron crankshaft, cast connecting rods, and of course cast normal pistons. Zero quality here. The engine uses 9.8 to 1 compression ratio. Actually, it's not bad actually. 9.8 to 1. This is a healthy compression ratio. This is like high normal. It's not in the high compression engine family. No, as you can see, it's in the normal, but it's in the high section here, which is good. I mean, it's nearly 10.0 to 1, so it's a very good and very good and healthy engine, as you will see later. 44 on the cam profile, which is normal, fuel economical, but sporty at the same time. Variable valve timing on the intake, that's what the engine used officially. +4 quality, I had to use +4 quality here so I can manage to get the correct power and torque figures. We have naturally aspirated, multi-point fuel injection with single throttle body, standard intake manifold, regular 91 octane fuel. 14.1 is the air fuel ratio with 64 in the ignition timing. 6500 is the official RPM limit with +2 quality here. We have short cast headers. 1.3 inch is the exhaust diameter, or 31.8mm on the exhaust diameter. We have a 3-way catalytic converter and no first muffler and reverse flow second muffler. +2 quality on the exhaust system. So what do you think this engine makes? Like power, 100 horsepower, 150, 90, 70? Nope, not any one of these. It makes 68 horsepower, 68.2 horsepower, and 68 pound-feet of torque. As you can see, it's healthy. It's not bad at all. As you can see, it's not bad. I mean, it's for its tiny 996 cc engine, or you can say a 1 liter engine, naturally aspirated. it produces good power. It's not bad at all. It's very well. It's lightweight. I mean, it's made from the internals are made from regular cast. If the internals are made from forged steel or billet steel, it will be much lighter. But the aluminium, the block is made from aluminium, and the head is made from aluminium, which makes it really lightweight. 71 kilograms. I mean, you can pick it up if you like. If you're like a bodybuilder, and you can pick it up as a dumbbell and then start exercising with it. Amazing. As you can see, engineering time takes a little bit, because of course it's a high-tech engine. It's not a boring engine. It's a boring engine. Yeah, 68 horsepower. This is a boring figure, but you know what I mean. It's a high-tech engine. It's not an old school engine. It takes some time to be engineered, but the production units is very low, which is good. I mean, any manufacturer can produce it actually, because it doesn't require that much high tech to be produced. Let's see. It uses nearly all the octane. It has very good fuel economy, 22.6%, and the emissions are low. Actually, it's not bad at all. It has very good reliability. It's smooth. That's good. It's responsive. That's also good. And it has well, it's quiet, but it has like a sporty note into the exhaust, as you will hear right now. Torque and power, very good, very similar. What else? Everything is perfect. I mean, the engine is very good. It's not bad at all. As you can see, regular cast internals, nothing special. As you can hear, it sounds very normal, nothing special. It's an inline 4 engine, nothing. I mean, nothing special here. It's very normal, very good. I mean, yes, it's very normal right now in 2018, but if like back in 2005, like 68 horsepower from this tiny engine was a pretty much a big thing back there, I think. Yeah, because especially back, like for example, like in not, let's say like back in Syria, for example, because over there the streets are very tiny, not large. See, like each street will have like 2 lanes only, so you need to buy like a tiny car so you can move around in the city. And these engines actually with a lightweight body, with a lightweight car around it, it will make a very good combination. It's economical, it's lightweight, it's torquey, it's perfect. So that's why these engines are really widely used, like in cities with tiny roads. But like we're here in Saudi Arabia, the streets here are very big. You can drive like you can drive like a Chevy Tahoe, a GMC Yukon, whatever. You can drive like a massive truck, and you will feel like you are in a tiny car, because the street is, or the road is very big. That's why, yeah. These engines are awesome. They are compact, they are high tech, they are good, they are not bad at all. So now the challenge is imagine like if you are like let's see, living like in a tiny city, and you bought this Daewoo car or this Chevrolet Spark, or whatever this engine used in, yeah. And okay, you're driving 68 horsepower, it's good, it's torque, it's good, but you want more. I mean, you always like working on GTRs and Lamborghinis or whatever. You always like put turbochargers on engines, and your own car is a Daewoo with 68 horsepower or a Chevy Spark with 68 horsepower. That's pathetic. So let's say you got this car. What is the first thing you need to do? Of course, as we all know, we will start with the exhaust system, because factory exhaust systems, some of them are good, but like 85% comes from the factory are very restrictive, especially the header. The header is this one, the short cast. The short cast, it's not bad, it's good actually for a mass-produced engine. It's very good for a mass-produced header also, but this is not good for high-performance engine. Alright, so let's start with the exhaust system. As you can see, we have a short cast header here. So let's say like you want to buy like a kit for like an aftermarket kit for your engine, for this Chevrolet Spark engine or for this Daewoo engine. Let's start with a tubular headers, because these are very common in kits. They come like in aftermarket kits. You can purchase them for any car, and you will put like a high flow catalytic converter on the car, put a straight through muffler, and let's see, should we go? No, keep it 1.3 inch. So okay, that's good. So you will not change the exhaust piping. No, it will be the same 1.3 inch. You will only change the header, the catalytic converter, and the second muffler. That's it. Plus 2 quality the same, and look at the results. We gained like from 68 horsepower to 71.3. That's good. This is not bad at all. The engine now is more powerful, more torquey, and you did not change anything, you know, anything serious. Only the header and the catalytic converter and the muffler. That's it. Let's hear the engine right now. As you can hear, it sounds much louder. That's better. Alright, so now your car will be working much better, much perfectly. You will have more power. You can feel the oomph coming from this engine, which is more than before, which is good. It's not bad at all. Let's see now. The next step is, it's up to you. Some people move directly like to cold air intake or changing their intake manifold to a high performance one, but this will cost money. It will cost too much money. And some people goes to the dyno. They will just like put a tune on their stock ECU and job done. That's it. Alright, so let's do that. As you can see, the internals actually can rev much higher than the stock RPM limit. It can go like to 8,900 RPM on regular cast internals. That's very good, because the stroke is very tiny. That's why the engine is very tiny, so this engine can rev really high. Alright, so let's start with that. Go to the dyno tune your ECU. So put like a tune on your ECU. Alright, let's do that. Basically, what a dyno is, or what a tune does, is it will play with the ignition timing and the air fuel ratio, or the fuel mixture, and some of them will play with the RPM limit. So let's start and play with those. As you can see, we have like 90.5. We are using 90.5 octane. As you can see, we are using only regular 91. I'm not going to switch to 95, at least not now. So let's start like adding ignition. As you can see, just by adding one ignition, we gain like extra 1 pound-feet of torque. Alright, so adding another one, it will move the whole power peak like extra 100 RPM. That's good. Alright, we start to lose power here. This is better. Okay, so 69, that's good. Let's increase a little bit of fuel in. Yes, like 13.9. Yeah, because no one cares right now about fuel efficiency. We only care about power and torque. Alright, so this is by far like the best tune you can have for this engine on 91 octane. I don't want to push more fuel in, because that will be more hideous. So now, as you can see, we have 72 horsepower and 70.7 pound-feet of torque. Now this is much better than before, and as you can see and as you can hear, it will sound much better now. Yes, but the one thing that we forgot to do is, of course, to increase the RPM limit. Let's see how much. Alright, so we can go to 7,000, but that will be hideous, because the power will cut on, or the power will peak at 6,800. So I'm gonna put it to 6,900. That's good. And let's fire up now and hear the extra RPMs. The engine actually sounds very good. It's not bad at all. I really like the sound of it, especially at high RPM. Like this little bit that we increased made a good difference. Alright, so a dyno tune or dyno chip tune has been you know, we've done that. Now you've been saving a lot of money and you're working hard or study or whatever, but you've been saving like some money, you know, on the side, and then you decide, okay, so I want more power. I hate the power on this engine. 72 is pathetic. All right, that's correct. It's very pathetic actually. Unless like if you are like doing some modifications on the car itself. For example, if you are trying to make the car itself more lighter, like taking the rear seat out, putting and also taking the passenger seat out, putting like a racing seat and a racing steering wheel, remove all the carpet. Maybe if you are making a racing car, but if you are not making a racing car, you can just remove the back seat and tell your friends to take a taxi. That's it. You can like change the rims to a more lightweight ones. You can remove the spare wheel. You know, you can make some free modifications on your vehicle actually and make it much faster, like removing the spare wheel, because the spare wheel is very heavy, and remove like the rear seat and put like carpet instead of it. That will save a little bit of weight. Like what else you can do? You can do a lot of things to make your car actually much lighter for free, while you are saving money, because making your car lighter, it will make it more quicker around corners, in acceleration, in deceleration, and everything. Alright, so let's move on. You've been saving a lot of money and you want to make the next step on this engine, which is upgrading the intake manifold into a high performance intake manifold. So you went online, you've searched a lot, and you can find these actually. I've seen some high performance intake manifold for inline 4 engines, like for tiny engines, especially like in Japan, the K cars. There are a lot of options over there, like because a lot of K cars over there are, you know, turbocharged. You can put a better intake manifold, a better turbocharger, a bigger intercooler, a better exhaust system, better injectors, and everything. You will make it much more powerful. And the same goes for these tiny engines. So you can purchase like a high performance intake manifold with a bigger throttle body, and of course a high performance intake, a cold air intake with a high performance air filter. That will be awesome actually. It will make a huge difference. As you can see, 73 horsepower and 72 pound-feet of torque, and as you can see, higher fuel efficiency because of the high airflow. The engine now can breathe better. The engine can breathe on the intake better and on the exhaust better, and that will result in a high fuel efficiency and high power and torque output. Alright, so let's fire up this bad boy here and see how it will sound, because it will sound brilliant. Alright, that's awesome. The engine sounds extremely nice, which is good. Actually, some people, not all people, like real enthusiasts, they don't go with a single configuration. Like I've seen people like going strictly or directly from a single throttle body into an individual throttle bodies, like this. Yeah, like that. They will say like, why keeping the single throttle body? I'm gonna upgrade the intake. I'm gonna just go with ITBs. ITB means individual throttle bodies, or throttle per cylinder. So basically we'll have like 4 throttles here. Yeah, a throttle for each cylinder. That will make the engine breathe much better, and as you can see, more power, 75 horsepower, but you will lose a little bit of torque. I don't know why. I really want to know why. If you can explain, if you are like an engineer, or if you know the correct answer, why engine lose torque when you switch from a single throttle body into an individual throttle body. As you can see, 70 pound-feet of torque. We used to be like more than this. Let's see by how much. We used to be 72 pound-feet of torque. We lost like 2 pound-feet of torque, but we added 2 horsepower. So it's like they went from here to here. So what's the deal here? If you really know the answer, I would love to hear it from you in the comment section below. Right, but people actually, car enthusiasts, when they switch to individual throttle bodies, they will never buy this setup here. No, they will never buy the airbox and this intake manifold looking thing. No, they will buy it like this. Yes, like that. I promise you, anyone with individual throttle bodies, they will be like this. They will see like their engines looking like this. No air filter, nothing. Like only snorkels on the throttle itself, like these, and it will sound very very mean and very loud. Are you ready? That's very very loud. So it's up to you, it's up to the tuner itself. If he wants like to keep it like naturally aspirated, it will be awesome to see those ITBs or the individual throttle bodies. But as we all you all know me, you all know my videos, I'm not gonna keep it naturally aspirated. I'm gonna turbocharge the hell out of it, so I can make more power out of this tiny engine. That's the whole point of this video. All right, but let's keep it. Let's keep these racing intake. Let's keep this racing ITBs for now, because now the next step is, of course, to upgrade your camshaft, because the stock camshaft is very very small, very tiny, and you want your engine to be more aggressive, and you want your power peak to increase. You want to increase the RPM as well. So this is the best way to go. So let's start to go more aggressive until we lose torque. When we lose torque, we will stop. All right, here I think 60. Let's see how much we can go. 74 pound-feet of torque. All right, so we have increased torque here. All right, so here we go. Here we go, 75. All right, on 75 we are perfect. Now let's increase the RPM. Let's see how high we can go. 7,700. Okay, so let's go to 8,000 or 8,000 RPM. That's better. As you can see, we have more octane room to burn. All right, so on 82, that's good. 90, 91. Alright, it's knocking. A little bit more fuel in. Alright, 8,500. Wow, that's good. 8,500 is the RPM limit now. That's very very good. Now let's see if the exhaust system is good. No, it's actually not good. You have to go from 1.3 inch to like 1.5 inch now. And alright, that's good. And since you changed the exhaust system right now to a 1.8 inch, just replace the headers with a custom made long header. But actually it will not be good, as you can see, because wow, look at the power peak, it has dropped significantly. I want to hear the engine on high RPM, but I also want the engine to be powerful. I'm gonna go with the RPM. Oh, listen to that. Oh my god, the engine sounds very very loud. That's much better. That sounds really really mean and good. I want to see like the racing tubular, like if you want to build this engine to be a racing engine. Oh, look at the difference in power. 105, 113. Wow, that's much better. No, the engine doesn't need 2-inch exhaust pipe. No, 1.8 inch is perfect. Alright, let's see like how much really this engine is capable of. naturally aspirated, like 91. That's good. How about the camshaft? Alright, so the camshaft actually can be raised. Wow, that's very good. Alright, here one. Alright, this is like the silver lining here. Wow, can you imagine the engine how it will sound? Alright, so the ignition is maxed out. How about the exhaust? Alright, I can go to 2 inch. 2 inch is good. Alright, are we ready, guys? As you can see, we started in life with only 68 horsepower. The same engine, the same internals. We did not change the internals. We changed the camshafts, the headers, the exhaust system. We put like a racing exhaust header. As you can see, this is like a custom-made racing exhaust header with a racing exhaust system. Actually, a 2-inch exhaust diameter with an ITBs or individual throttle bodies, racing intake manifold. We tuned the engine and now it's perfect, and it's running on 91 octane fuel. We are not actually running on 95, as you can see here. Alright, so let's fire it up. Oh, that sounds very loud. But before doing anything, how about the RPM limit? Where are we standing? We have extra 400 RPM. Actually, there is no point of increasing the RPM, but I'm gonna increase it just for the sound of the engine. That's it. Alright. Wow, that's amazing. As you can see, the reliability will drop a little bit because we have a racing intake manifold. That means the engine can suck everything. They can suck the dust, the dirt, the rocks, or whatever, or papers, everything. It will suck everything on its way. That's why the engine actually will become less reliable, because basically anything can go in and break the pistons. Everything. And I really mean everything, because there's no restriction, there is no air filter, nothing. Dust, the rocks, anyone. If you put your hand here, your hand will go in. Anything can go in this engine. That's why the reliability will drop and the service cost will increase, because you need like to clean the intake like how many times a month? Like I heard 100 times a month. It will be like a show car or a racing car, so it's up to you what is your build here. What are you going to achieve with this engine? A racing engine, or a high performance engine, or a daily driving high performance engine? So it's up to you. It's up to the owner to decide what kind of tune to do. Alright, so the next step is, it's very obvious, turbocharging. That's the way to go. So decrease the ignition timing to 10, add a little bit more fuel in, switch to 95 octane just in case. And now, yes, look, check out the difference out of the box. 150 horsepower. This is not good. This turbo is very inefficient and not good. Alright, so let's decrease the size here for let's go with 40 millimeters, and let's go with less, like 36, and this one is maxed out, air fuel ratio. And now let's decrease everything till we hit like the sweet spot. Alright, so everything so far is so good. So it's up to you also to purchase a big turbocharger or a tiny turbocharger. Also, this is also up to you. Wow, check out the difference here. Ball bearing is much better. Journal bearing is just rubbish. Let's see, 12 psi of boost, that's perfect. Intercooler size is perfect. Let's see now, ignition. We have to go high with ignition because we dropped it like a lot. And let me check the exhaust size. 2 inch. 2.2. That's 2.2. Let's see. Alright, that's better. Actually decreasing the ignition a little bit, as you can see, which will make the power to peak much higher, which was what I really want. Let's see, the camshaft itself can be risen kind of like to 98. That's much better. You can put like a high quality turbocharger on the engine. It will be much more efficient. And let's see, a high quality exhaust system. 2.2.5 inch, really? Alright, so as you can see here, the engine now is making 176.9 horsepower, 117.4 pound-feet of torque, and it's only a 1-liter engine. That's awesome. That's very awesome. As you can see, engineering time, yes, has increased, but the production unit, it's still achievable. It's still very much achievable. That's very good. But remember, this is like a racing engine because we are still using racing intake. Like if I wanted to replace it with, where is it? Replace it with a performance intake. As you can see, reliability will increase a lot. So I'm gonna go with performance. Performance is much more better, and everyone wants their engine to live forever. That's why going with performance, this is much better. Unless if you are building a racing car, then it will be different. Let's see, 2.2 inch, that's perfect. 2.5 inch, I think that's too much for like an extra 1 horsepower. Alright, so let's fire up this beast here. Oh, listen to it. What a powerful engine. Now this is pure blooded, as you can see, horsepower. Wow. 1 liter only, and it's making 173 horsepower. And the RPM limit 8,900, which is wow. I really want to push the ignition more, but unfortunately let's see how much, because sometimes increasing the ignition will make the power peak to drop, and I hate the power peak when it's dropping. Alright, so it's 33. We increased only 1 horsepower, a little bit of torque, but we gained a lot more fuel efficiency and a better throttle response. That's better. As you can see, everything so far is much better. As you can see, if you want to put a bigger exhaust, bigger turbo, that's good. But I don't want the engine to be like really not efficient. I want the engine to be efficient. So 175 horsepower, I think this is as good as this engine will get. Of course, I can make more power. I can go with 98 octane fuel. I can push like 20 psi of this engine. But the whole meaning of this video is to be a tuner dream engine. And a tuner wants hers engine, whatever the term is, that a tuner wants his engine or her engine to live forever. You don't want like to build up a 1,000 horsepower engine and then turn the key and the engine will explode. No, that's not good. You want an engine that will provide you with good amount of power and torque, and it will live like forever if you take care of it really well. And that's the whole point. 174. Alright, so I have extra headroom here. We can actually put a little bit more fuel in. That will make everything. Alright, 176 horsepower. Alright, that's much better. That is really much better. Let's see if we can make it again. No, but 178. Alright, so now the goal is to hit the 180 mark. Increase the exhaust diameter. No, that will make the engine, I don't know, 2.2 inch. Oh yes, I know the answer. Bypass valves. Yes, bypass valves. This is the way to go. Replace your second muffler with a straight through muffler, but with bypass valve in it. So you can like push a button in the cabinet, and then in the cabin, and then a valve will open in the muffler, and it will be like a straight through muffler. So not a straight through. It will be like a straight through pipe. Let's see. Should we go with the biggest camshaft? Alright, the biggest one, 100. That's perfect. +5 quality here. Yes, plus 5 quality, that's much better. So now we have 180 horsepower, 116 pound-feet of torque. That's much better than before. The engine is a little bit heavy. It used to be like 71 kilograms, now it's 85 kilograms, of course, because of the turbo and the intercooler and everything. We are using 95 octane instead of 91. The fuel economy has dropped a little bit, but come on, would you sacrifice this kind of fuel efficiency for 180 horsepower? We started with only 90, so with 68 horsepower, and now we have 180 horsepower from the same engine, the same internals. We did not change the compression ratio or the pistons or the connecting rods and everything. Everything is still pretty much stock inside, but everything on the outside has been changed. The camshaft, maybe the cylinder head. Like if this cylinder head is not good, you can like go for a high flow one, like, or a CNC machined one. You can we put a turbocharger. We changed the injectors, the intake manifold. We put individual throttle bodies. We have a big intercooler in the front, high performance, nearly racing exhaust system. We are using 95 octane fuel. The ignition timing is a little bit less than before, 38 right now, and we are pushing a little bit more fuel in, and the RPM has increased and the quality of the parts has increased, and all of this will give you 180 horsepower. I would sacrifice, yes, all this fuel efficiency just for a 180 horsepower. Can you imagine? Just bear with me here. Can you imagine the same Daewoo or the same Chevrolet Spark with 180 horsepower? It will be a tiny rocket. Absolutely crazy. Wow, what is that? Air goes in, fuel goes in, getting burned, and then let's see what else. Exhaust goes out, spin the turbo, go out of the back. Absolutely perfection. Turbocharging is just perfection because this power goes in, spin the turbine, spins the compressor, and it will suck in fresh air and it will boost it again to the engine. It's like a big circle here happening. Absolute perfection. Turbocharging is just very efficient. I love turbocharging. Wow. So this is it. This is episode number 16 of this Daewoo engine, which is really awesome. I'm not really sure. The engine name is actually, let me write the name for you here, because it's been used in Daewoo, Chevrolet, which is really cool. S-TEC, and then we have the legendary or the famous II, or this II, which is the S-TEC 2. Variant is maxed, not really maxed, or let's say no, HP, which is high performance, 95 octane turbo, and the power 180 horsepower. That's awesome. That's very awesome. 1 liter engine. It's like a milk bottle. A milk bottle. Amazing. No, not milk bottle. It's like a water bottle you can purchase to drink after going to the gym. 1 liter bottle. Yeah. That's it. This water bottle, it will actually make you 180 horsepower. I really love tiny engines because the service is really cute. I mean, when you go like to change the oil, you will only need like not much oil. Of course, this is a turbocharged, and it will require more engine oil because you need to lubricate the turbo itself, because you will have like the sump will have like a drain plug and everything to supply the turbo with fresh engine oil. Yes, it will require more oil, I know that, but basically, I mean, tiny engines like this one, 1 liter engine, it will require a little bit, not that much, like 1 bottle or 2 bottle of oil. That's it. That's very cheap actually. And the oil filter will be tiny, which is also cheaper. I mean, like I'm driving a Crown Vic, which has like a 4.6 liter V8 engine, and it requires 5 oil bottles. 5. Each one will cost you like 45 reals here, or it will cost you like, let's say, $15, $15 US dollars each bottle. Yes, so you can imagine the cost of changing the oil only. That's awesome. I like it. I like tiny engine. They are awesome. They are compact. They are lightweight. And when you put a turbocharger on them, you will have amazing results, especially with the tiny car around it, because this engine basically came in a very tiny Chevrolet Spark, and now it produced 180 horsepower. That's absolutely crazy. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, get subscribed, and share the video if you want to share it. And thank you so much, Mr. Lorenzo, for your amazing requested video. I'm gonna be making all your requests very soon. So after this episode, I'm gonna be making the Toyota 3FE, which is the ultimate boring engine according to Mr. Nate Caraway. I'm gonna make it after this one and upload it tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Wish me luck. I wish you all the luck, and goodbye for now, my friends.